Hello and welcome to St Peter Mancroft. To those of you here and those watching online, I'm Fiona Howarth, the Associate Priest, and this is part of our live-streamed reflections from Mancroft, and if you're visiting the church, you're very welcome to continue looking around. Now that hidden is here and no longer hidden, I've been reflecting on some of the responses we have had to this work of art. Many people love it, especially those who have come in the evening when the city is quieter and the lighting and soundscape come to the fore in ways that the bustle and sunlight fail during daytime opening. Inevitably, there are some who don't like it, find it eerie or discomforting, and that's fine too. The phrase, "it's like Marmite," is a good art. Love it or loathe it, at least it prompts a reaction. The more time I spend with Hidden, the more I enjoy it. The way it changes during the day as the light plays over it, revealing and concealing the patterns on its surface. The patterns hint at spiritual traditions and ways of being in the world that are partly hidden from me by geography, time, and culture, and invite further exploration. These differing approaches to the divine, to God who can never be fully known, offer new insights that are worth exploring. The idea of the hiddenness of God is an old one. Books have been written on it. Some suggest that divine hiddenness is an argument for the non-existence of God. Others suggest that God is not entirely hidden from the world, and the differing approaches to questions of the divine, as exemplified by the images from different spiritual traditions on hidden that have persisted through human history, testify to God revealing enough of God's self to the world for us to apprehend the divine and seek to know. Speaking from the Christian tradition, which is, have spoken to me of the yearning for a sign from God. Often these encounters bring a reference to the burning bush. Moses, wandering in the desert, caring for a flock of sheep, encounters a bush that is burning and yet not consumed by the flames. Curious, he draws closer to see it better, and out of the bush, God speaks to him. It was an effective way of drawing Moses' attention, which led him to being commissioned by God. Very past responsibility to his brother Aaron is anything to go by. But Moses did receive the commission to lead people of Israel out of slavery in Egypt. Interestingly, when people have referenced this story to me, asking where their own burning bush is, they have generally not connected it to the great call to work with God in the task of liberation, which Moses experienced. It has rather been an appeal to have their doubts overcome, and that might be why they haven't had their own burning bush. God is rather more elusive than many of us would like. For the most part, we live with apprehensions, whispers, glimpses of the divine, which invite us to explore further, to go deeper, to search for the God who is waiting to be found. R.S. Thomas, the Welsh priest and poet, has been described as the poet of the hidden God. R.S. Thomas wrestled with an elusive God in his poetry, which frequently explore themes of faith and doubt, the presence and absence of God and the spiritual journey. For Thomas, questions of the absence of God are not linked to a negation of God, but rather the elusiveness of the divine to human understanding. Thomas was beautifully described by fellow poet Seamus Heaney as a loner taking on the universe, a kind of Clint Eastwood of the spirit. Two poems of Thomas speak to the tensions implicit within the human search for the divine, which I'd like to read for you now. The first is Via Negativa. Why, no. I never thought that God is that great absence in our lives. The empty silence within, the place where we go seeking, not in hope to arrive or find. He keeps the interstices in our knowledge, the darkness between stars. His are the echoes we follow, the footprints he has just left. We put our hands in his side, hoping to find it warm. We look at people and places as though he had looked at them too, the reflection. And his poem, Kneeling. Moments of great calm, kneeling before an altar of one church in summer, waiting for the God to speak, the air a staircase for silence, the sun's light ringing me as though I acted a great role, and the audiences still, all that close throng of spirits waiting as I for the message. Prompt me, God, but not yet. When I speak, though it be you who speak through me, something is lost. The meaning is in the waiting. Eventually, words fall silent. There is an invitation in